Welcome to a special edition of the Not Just a Pony Ride podcast. I'm your host, Katie King. Each week, families, friends, and caregivers watch from the rail as their participants climb into the saddle and ride out to reach their goals. Together with their equine partners, our participants are accomplishing amazing things, both in the arena and out. We are here to share their stories. Stories of courage to try something new, persistence, achievement, and sometimes just the funny stuff when we can't help but laugh. So join me to hear from those who see the most from outside the arena. Welcome to Tales from the Rail. Welcome, Teri.
Hi.
Well, so, do you want to share a little bit about Alpine and your story and how you found HETRA?
Sure. My name's Teri and my daughter Alpine comes to HETRA. We've been here for about 3 months. We found HETRA through our neurologist and also through a past friend of mine who had nannied for a family that came here. So she got sick about 3.5 years ago at the start of it. Symptoms, they weren't really sure what was going on. Kind of went undiagnosed for about until last year of May of 2020. And then she got pretty intensely sick to the point where she was in the ICU by July of last year. And then they finally diagnosed her with autoimmune encephalitis. So then we spent, they said it would be a rough road to recovery just because she was pretty severe at that point. We spent 2 weeks in the ICU and then total about 6 months in the hospital from different facilities and rehab and all that. And they did tell us it'd be a roller coaster of ups and downs, but I think no parents really prepared for that.
No, not at all.
Of all that. So, but we're just happy to be riding the roller coaster still and on the upward swing.
Yeah, and now she's here riding a horse, Leroy, which is one of our biggest horses in the herd.
He is very sweet to her, and they've definitely had a bond. You can just see it.
Yeah, that's the best part, I think, about what we do is that kind of unspeakable bond between the participant and the horse. And I think that's what makes it so much less, I don't know what the word is, but like it just seems like that connection really builds and motivates, and each week, you see something different happen.
Yeah, for sure.
So what kinds of benefits or things have you seen from Alpine coming to this type of therapy?
Alpine's been in therapy for the last over a year now. So I think doing something different out of the box, out of four walls, has been very helpful for her. Just one huge advancement, I guess, is her speech. We've got to hear her talk, and I guess I relate it to a mom who hears her baby first cry. I mean, we haven't heard her voice in over a year, so it's kind of a big deal.
Wow. What was that like?
You know what? It was very choppy at first for weeks. And just even hearing those little noises, we were like, yay! Like, we can hear something.
Yeah.
To her, it was kind of annoying because she's like, I just want to be able to say the whole word. But to us, we're like, we just hear something. Like, that's amazing.
Wonderful. Yeah. What other kinds of improvements have you seen in Alpine since riding?
Her movement. She's very much so more mobile. She's still in a wheelchair, but I mean, as far as getting up and down and her balance is really increased.
Wow.
I mean, we're kind of really pushing that hopefully she'll walk soon independently.
So what do you think has made the biggest difference? Because I know you said she's been in therapy for a year now, and you mentioned within the four walls. I think that's something that a lot of families feel. Do you think that it's the horse that makes the biggest difference? Is it?
I think the horse is a huge aspect. She's always been our animal lover girl. So I think that helps. But I also just think it's the atmosphere and the environment. It just brings a whole new perspective to coming to therapy. I mean, she isn't, like grumbling like, oh, I got to go to therapy again. It's more so like, oh, I get to go see Leroy. Like she's excited about that part. So I think that is a huge benefit for her. And it's not only physically, I mean, it's mentally, emotionally. I mean, she went through a lot in the last 3 years when this all started. So, I mean, it's just putting all those pieces back together.
What's your favorite memory of Alpine and Leroy at HETRA?
My favorite memory, I don't get to come a lot to her sessions because I work a lot on Mondays. But probably one of my favorite things was Edie sending a picture of Alpine with Leroy. And I could just see instantly the connection, and I was going to reply back. But she replied before I could even reply, saying they have some sort of unique connection. And I was like, that's exactly what I was thinking. And you could just see it through the picture. And then when I was able to come and watch her ride, I could really tell just that they just seemed to jive together, which is just a unique bond that you don't always see that between participant and animal.
Yeah, it's something you can really feel, even from watching, from the parent corral there, you can really see it and feel it.
For sure.
Absolutely. Well, what would you say to a family that maybe was hesitant about starting, therapy like this or trying something new and different?
I would say definitely give it a go. We were hesitant, to be honest, just about adding another thing to our list. But in the 3 months we've been here, it's really helped her. And I guess that's one of the main reasons that I've participated in this interview, was just to promote it, because it's been a huge benefit for us. And if I can get the word out to one person to help somebody else, that's what I want to do.
Well, thank you so much for sitting down with us. We really appreciate it, and sharing Alpine's story, and for being here with us.
Thank you.
This Tale from the Rail was brought to you as part of HETRA's Drive to Ride campaign. Riders and their families raise funds for their team to support the Participant Sponsorship Fund. This fund helps HETRA maintain session fees at a reduced and affordable rate for all HETRA participants, regardless of their financial situation. Your donations also help our participants earn free sessions. That's huge. Click on the link in the show notes to contribute to this family or learn more about the many others participating in the Drive to Ride campaign.